Hello everyone, and welcome to this series on automating your production process. In this video, we're going to look at how to create resources with SAP Business ByDesign. Let's switch over to the system. I'm currently logged in as a production user. To create a new resource, be it an equipment resource or a labor resource, navigate to the Supply Chain Design Master Data Work Center and click on the Resources view. It's important to note here that SAP Business ByDesign is permission based and users only have access to work centers assigned to them. Hence, we cannot view the entire list of work centers available on the system. To create a new resource, first you click New and then you select the type of resource you want to create. If it's equipment resource, vehicle resource, labor, or if you want to create a resource group, or you can copy an existing resource and update the necessary fields. Let's create a new equipment resource. Click on New Equipment Resource and then you give it an ID and the description as well. You specify the resource capacity unit of measurement with hours, days, weeks, as the case may be. And then you also define the resource use if it's relevant for financial, meaning that there is a cost associated with it and you want to be able to assign it to a cost center. If it's relevant for capacity planning, you also check this box. If it's the main production resource, you also check this box. If you have multiple resources for this particular, of this particular resource, you check this box. And also, if it's relevant for a resource calendar, you check this box. Another thing we need to define is the site for this particular resource. Now, on the valuation tab, which was visible because we selected the resource relevant for financials, we define the cost center for this resource as well as the validity date. Okay, and then on the operating time, this is where you define the times that the machine runs. So you can either select an operating profile, meaning that you'd have created an operating profile and defined all different parameters there such that the machine inherits the information from the operating profile, or you can define one after the other. So you have two types. You have the shift program and the operating time. For this particular resource, we're going to be using operating time, and then you can create the operating hours for the different days available. So you can define the recurrence pattern. It's weekly, Monday, Tuesday, and then you define the operating hours for this recurrence. So you can say, for example, that this machine runs only Mondays to Fridays between the hours of 12 and 11. So that's what we have defined there. So from here, you would now see a breakdown of the capacity based on the operating time. As soon as this is done, we can save this resource. Now, once this is saved, we can now define the cost rate for the item after it has been activated. So currently, we cannot define the cost rate, but the moment you click on Change Status and activate it, we'll be able to define the cost rates. I missed a particular field, so let me see. Okay, our logistics area. Okay, so let me save this now. I've defined the logistics area. Now we are good to go. So once we change this and activate this, we can define the valuation for this item. So to do that, go back to the valuation and then we click the cost. We can define the cost at this point here. Maintain cost rate and then put in the rate for the item, for the machine, sorry. So once this is done, you can save and close. So if you refresh this now, we'll be able to see the machine that we just created. Thank you very much for your time. To find out more, To find out more, kindly visit our website www.digitankng.com or send us an email at engage@digitankng.com. Think ERP, think digital.